Imagine for a second that you're planning a trip, right? And you walk into this giant, just incredibly beautiful library.
Okay, I'm picturing it.
Yeah, so the architecture is stunning, the lighting is perfect, they've got like gorgeous paintings on the walls, but there's a huge catch.
There always is.
Right. So the books aren't organized at all. Not by author, not by subject. They are just scattered everywhere.
Oh, that sounds like a nightmare.
Totally. And
Yeah.
you know, the exact answer you need is somewhere in this building. Like maybe you just need to know if a specific hotel has a kids club or if they allow dogs.
Right. Simple questions.
Exactly. But to find out, you have to wander aimlessly from shelf to shelf, pull down random books, flip through pages, and just sort of cross your fingers that you stumble across the right paragraph before you literally lose your mind.
Which is just an entirely exhausting way to spend your time.
Right.
I mean, nobody wants to do that.
It's completely exhausting. And yet, that is exactly what navigating a traditional hotel website feels like today.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is.
But what if, instead of wandering that massive building, you could just walk right up to the front desk and ask the librarian directly?
Just skip the wandering entirely.
Exactly. That shift from wandering aimlessly to asking directly, it's completely rewiring the hospitality industry right now. So today we are taking a deep dive into a really fascinating interview transcript. It's from a hospitality tech innovator named Dave from EGC Smart Living and Guest Chat.
Right, yeah.
And he recently spent like a solid month grilling over 50 different hotel managers and owners to just figure out their absolute biggest operational nightmares.
And, you know, the overwhelming consensus from those 50 interviews is that the era of the traditional hotel website is basically coming to an end.
It's just over.
Yeah, hotels are being forced to transition from these like static digital brochures to dynamic conversational interfaces. And the driving force behind this is wild. It's that a hotel's next biggest client is no longer a human guest clicking a mouse.
Right.
The next biggest client is an AI agent.
It's just such a massive pivot, and the source material is really adamant about this transition. But to grasp where we're going, we kind of have to look at why the current system is so broken for both the hotels and, well, you, the consumer.
Absolutely.
Because the way we book travel right now is built entirely for human eyes and human clicking. And our patience for that has basically evaporated.
Because the friction is just way too high. Like, say you want to go to Hua Hin in Thailand. Right?
Okay, nice spot.
Yeah. And you pull up a property, say a Best Western. To find out something as simple as the hours for the kids club, you are hunting through top navigation bars.
Oh, the worst.
Right. Clicking on, like, facilities, waiting for the page to load, then digging into some sub-menu called recreation. And after all that, you still might just find a generic sentence that says family-friendly activities available.
Which tells you absolutely nothing.
Exactly. It's useless.
The transcript actually uses this brilliant analogy to describe what this traditional setup looks like to modern technology, to an AI assistant, a traditional beautiful website with all its high-resolution pictures and embedded videos and, you know, fancy drop-down menus. It is just a bowl of uncooked rice.
Uncooked rice. I love that.
Right, because it's raw, unstructured data.
Yeah, it might look appetizing to a human who, you know, understands visual cues and design, but to a machine parsing information, it's a disorganized mess.
So wait, if I'm a hotel manager listening to this, I think I'm getting immediately defensive because I probably just spent like $20,000 on a website redesign last year.
Oh, easily.
I hired drone operators for the video header. The typography is award-winning. Why are you telling me this isn't enough anymore?
Well, because systems like ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, and Perplexity, they do not process visual aesthetics.
Right, they don't care about your drone footage.
Not at all. They don't render your expensive CSS animations. They scrape and parse text, metadata, and structured syntax. So when an AI is acting on behalf of a traveler, doing the research and planning a trip, it absolutely refuses to serve its user a bowl of uncooked rice.
Because the user would just reject it.
Exactly. The AI is scouring the internet for a fully prepared 4-course meal with wine.
A 4-course meal. Okay.
Right. It needs the data formatted so transparently that it can instantly extract the pricing parameters, the pet policies, the exact square footage of the rooms without having to guess what some beautifully designed icon actually means.
So the visual language we spent, 2 decades perfecting on the internet is essentially invisible to the new gatekeepers.
Completely invisible.
And if a hotel insists on serving up uncooked rice, the AI doesn't like, try harder to understand it.
No, it doesn't have the patience for that either.
Right, it just skips it entirely and looks for a competitor who actually bothered to structure their information in a machine-readable way.
That is the harsh reality. You basically cease to exist in the new digital landscape.
Wow. Cease to exist. So the obvious question then is how a hotel actually goes about cooking up this four-course meal.
Right. Where do you start?
Yeah. And based on the interviews with these managers, the solution doesn't start with a new website build. It actually starts internally.
Yes.
It begins by completely transforming how the hotel handles the guests who are already inside the building.
Yeah, the transition from a static website to a dynamic conversational interface, it literally starts in the lobby.
Right. So the source material details this process. A guest walks into the hotel, checks in at the front desk, and immediately scans a QR code.
Simply enough.
Yeah, and that scan gives them instant access to the hotel's AI assistant, that smart concierge we talked about, right on their phone.
Yeah.
And what blew my mind in the transcript was how this seemingly simple addition solved this massive, complex psychological pain point for the manager.
Oh, the multilingual barrier.
Yes, the language barrier.
Yeah. It's huge. The friction of a language barrier completely alters guest behavior. Like, the managers noted the guests speaking languages like Russian or German are frequently super intimidated by the front desk experience.
Which makes sense, right?
Totally. They don't want to struggle through a broken English translation just to ask for extra towels or inquire about the gym hours. So what do?
They just don't ask.
Exactly. They stay quiet, they retreat to their rooms and miss out on half the amenities the hotel even offers.
And the source actually uses the word enlightened to describe how these guests feel when they realize the smart concierge can speak to them natively.
Enlightened. Yeah.
Yeah. They scan the code, type a question in German, and get an immediate, perfect response in German. It just completely lowers their anxiety.
And just consider the ripple effect of that on the hotel staff.
Oh, I hadn't even thought of that.
Right. The front desk is no longer spending 3 hours a shift pantomiming directions to the spa or answering, "What time does the pool close?" 50 times a day in 5 different languages.
You are freeing up human capital for actual hospitality.
Precisely. And it goes way beyond just answering static FAQs, too. The managers highlighted how they can push live updates into the system instantly.
Oh, right, like real-time stuff.
Yeah. Say the weather turns terrible, a manager can just feed the AI a quick update. The pool is shut today due to lightning. Or if it's a slow afternoon, they can say, draft beer in the lobby bar is 50% off until 5 p.m.
That's amazing. The transcript even mentioned highly specific events like warning guests that there's a dog show or a fashion parade taking over the convention center.
Yeah, just completely dynamic communication.
Yeah.
But honestly, that level of real-time operational fluidity is impressive. But the internal application that truly shifts the paradigm, it's staff onboarding.
Wait, how does it help with onboarding?
Well, one of the managers realized that if the AI knows everything about the hotel, it doesn't just have to serve guests. They loaded it with all their standard operating procedures, or SOPs.
Well, that is clever.
Right. Now, a new maintenance worker doesn't need to carry around some bulky manual. They can walk up to a malfunctioning boiler, ask the AI on their phone for the exact reset protocol for that specific model, and get the answer instantly.
Okay, hold on. I get it. You're painting this picture of a seamless AI utopia.
I know. It sounds almost too good.
It does. And my immediate thought goes to those awful looping customer service bots we've all been trapped by.
Yes.
The ones that just scream, "I'm sorry, I didn't understand that. Press 1 for main menu."
We all hate those.
Exactly. And if I'm a hotel owner, the absolute last thing I want is to subject my paying guests to that kind of frustration.
Well, the source is hyper-aware of that stigma. The transcript stresses multiple times this is not a chatbot.
Right. They really emphasize that.
They have to, because the technological mechanism under the hood is fundamentally different. A standard chatbot operates on a brittle, pre-programmed decision tree. It only knows what to do if the user inputs exactly A or B.
And the second you type C,
the logic breaks and loops. Yeah, exactly. But a smart concierge, powered by a large language model, it parses natural language, intent, and context. It understands typos, slang, and complex multi-part questions.
So it's not just looking for a keyword, it's understanding the actual meaning of the request?
Yes. But the real magic for the hotel management isn't just that the AI answers the questions well. It's what happens to the data afterward. The managers receive the full transcripts of every interaction happening on the property.
Transcripts. Yes, this was the ultimate light bulb moment in the source material.
It is pure, unfiltered market intelligence. mean, think about it. If you are reviewing the transcripts and you see that over the course of a month, 200 guests asked the AI assistant if there's a kids club,
Right.
and your hotel doesn't actually have a kids club, well, you have just been handed the hard, quantifiable data you need to justify building one.
Because you aren't just guessing what your customers want based on, like, vague industry trends. You are reading their exact desires in their own words.
Exactly. And it also acts as an incredibly potent feedback loop.
How so?
Well, if guests keep asking where the ice machine is on the fourth floor, you know your physical signage is failing. You can fix the real world based on the digital questions.
That's fascinating.
And the transcript points out how this system solves another massive headache for managers: review generation.
Oh, getting people to actually leave reviews is so hard.
It is. But the AI can dynamically prompt users to leave a review right at the moment they express satisfaction. If a guest types, "Thanks, the spa was amazing," the AI can immediately reply, "I'm so glad. Would you mind taking 10 seconds to tap this link and share that on our Google profile?"
Oh, wow. So you are capturing them at the absolute peak of their experience rather than, sending a generic email 3 days after they fly home and they've already forgotten about it.
Precisely. So internally, the property is functioning at a completely different level. They're saving staff time, eliminating language barriers, streamlining employee training, and gathering perfect real-time market research.
But those transcripts aren't just for fixing broken pool policies or building kids clubs.
No, not at all.
If you're capturing exactly how your guests ask for things, you now hold the exact vocabulary that external AI search engines use to find hotels in the first place. The inside tool basically becomes the outside marketing weapon.
And this is where consumer behavior takes center stage.
Yeah.
Because the way people discover travel is fundamentally shifting. Travelers are increasingly bypassing traditional search engines.
Right. They aren't going to Google.
No, they aren't typing hotels in Hua Hin into Google, scrolling past 4 sponsored ads and clicking through 10 different tabs. They are turning to their personal AI agents and issuing highly specific, complex prompts.
The personalization aspect of this is wild. Think about two completely different travelers using the same AI assistant. You have a high-flying business executive traveling solo.
Okay.
Their personal AI already knows their historical preferences. It knows they require gigabit Wi-Fi, a quiet executive lounge, and a location under 10 minutes from the airport.
Right, very specific needs.
Very. Now contrast that with a parent who tells their AI, "I have 2 energetic toddlers and a golden retriever. We are going to Hua Hin for 5 days. Find a hotel that suits my exact needs."
Completely different search parameters. And the AI orchestrator goes out into the digital ecosystem and acts on those parameters. It doesn't just look for a keyword that says pets. It conducts deep semantic research.
Right.
The transcript is a great example of this. The AI discovers a property called the Secret Garden Hotel. And it doesn't just find out that they are pet-friendly. The AI digs into the structured data and determines that they accommodate pets, but only in select ground floor rooms that have direct garden access.
Wow.
And it even finds out there's a specific weight limit for the dog. The AI processes all of those constraints instantly and matches it to the user's prompt.
It's like every single traveler now has an incredibly picky billionaire-tier travel agent working for them around the clock.
That's exactly what it is.
And the implications for a hotel manager are just staggering. Your primary audience is no longer the human tourist staring at a screen, clicking on pretty pictures. You have to learn how to pitch directly to this AI travel agent.
And if your data is structured properly, if you're serving that 4-course meal we talked about, your property's AI concierge can seamlessly interface with the user's AI assistant.
That's the dream.
It is. And the financial upside of getting this right is massive because it allows you to bypass the traditional online travel agencies or OTAs.
You mean platforms like Booking.com or Expedia,
Exactly.
which notoriously take massive commissions from the hotels?
Yeah, they take a huge cut. Those platforms thrive because they aggregated data when individual hotel websites were too frustrating for humans to navigate.
Right, they solved the messy library problem for us.
Exactly. But an LLM doesn't need an aggregator to navigate the web. If a hotel structures its own data perfectly, the user's AI will recognize the hotel itself as the topical authority.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, the LM trusts the direct primary source over scraped secondary data sitting on an OTA. So it will recommend that the user book directly with the hotel.
So by making your data machine readable, you are reclaiming your profit margins.
It's huge.
The stakes literally couldn't be higher, which means we need to look at the mechanics of this. How does a hotel actually get AI ready before their competition beats them to it? Like, how do we take that raw data and cook the meal?
Well, the transcript outlines highly specific, actionable steps to make this transition. The foundational step is distillation.
Distillation, okay.
A property must take every piece of publicly available information, every menu item, every pool rule, the exact dimensions of the conference room, the pet fee, and ingest it into their smart concierge system. There can be no silos of information hidden in some random PDF brochure.
Everything has to be accessible. But the step that really fascinated me was how you handle images. Because as we established earlier, an LLM can't just look at a JPEG of your property and intuitively understand the luxury vibe you were going for.
No, it can't see the vibe. It requires rich metadata and descriptive labeling. AI needs to be explicitly told what an image represents through syntax it can read.
Right.
So a manager cannot just upload a file named img4red29.jpg and expect the AI to know what it is.
Which is what everyone does.
Exactly. But they have to stop. They must provide semantic context. Something like, this is a high-resolution image of our grand lobby featuring marble floors, natural sunlight, and happy guests checking in.
It has to be that descriptive.
Yes. Or, this is our state-of-the-art fitness center featuring 3 Peloton bikes and free weights.
And the payoff for doing that manual labor is just huge. Because if a traveler asks their AI, does this hotel have a decent gym? The AI doesn't just reply with a boring text, yes.
Right.
Because you labeled the asset correctly, the AI instantly retrieves and fires back that highly motivating, perfectly curated image of the gym. You are entirely controlling the narrative and the visual pitch, even when you aren't the one actively speaking to the guest.
You are basically equipping the AI to be your best salesperson.
That's incredible.
And the final crucial step from the source material involves utilizing new AI-specific directories. The transcript introduces this platform called Hotels Thailand.
Right, I saw that.
And what makes this platform entirely different from a traditional booking site is that it was engineered from the ground up for AI agents to crawl, rather than just humans.
So how does a site built for AI actually differ from a site built for us? Like, what does it look like?
Well, it's entirely about the architecture. Instead of focusing on visual layouts and human navigation, an AI directory presents raw feeds of data, structured APIs, room sizes, exact pricing parameters, and rigid policy definitions.
Just pure data.
Pure data, formatted in a syntax that LLMs can instantly ingest, verify, and compare. The transcript shows this platform enabling deep dive comparisons. Like, a user's AI can hit this directory and pull up a flawlessly structured side-by-side comparison of properties, say the Movenpick, the Seacrest, and the Best Western in milliseconds.
It is literally serving up the 4-course meal directly on a silver platter to ChatGPT or Claude.
Exactly.
So, bringing this all back to you, the listener. If you run a business, whether it's a hotel, a restaurant, or like a retail shop, the rules of discoverability have fundamentally changed.
They really have.
It doesn't matter what your advertising budget is anymore. You could dump millions into Facebook ads or Google keywords. But if your data isn't structured for these LLMs to discover, if you aren't providing that richly labeled, contextual, machine-readable information, you are invisible.
Invisible.
The billionaire-tier AI travel agents of the world won't even know your business exists, and they certainly won't recommend you to their clients.
It is a profound shift. But, it also presents a unique, fleeting window of opportunity.
How so?
Because the early adopters who recognize this shift and put in the work to format their data right now, they're going to capture enormous market share.
Because no one else is doing it yet.
Right. They will establish themselves as the undeniable topical authorities in their regions. And they will win those direct bookings simply because their competitors are still lazily offering unreadable, uncooked rice.
Uncooked rice. I'll never look at a pretty website the same way again. We have covered a lot of ground here, so let's synthesize the journey. We are watching the real-time death of the static, library-like website that forces users into endless, frustrating clicking.
Good riddance.
Honestly, yeah. And in its place, the hospitality industry is embracing dynamic smart concierges. These tools start from the inside out. They solve massive internal operational headaches by completely removing language barriers, saving thousands of hours of staff time, training new employees, and gathering incredible real-time market feedback through chat transcripts.
It's a total game changer for operations.
And then seamlessly, they turn that internal intelligence outward, transforming the hotel into a highly visible beacon for external AI search agents driving direct bookings and bypassing the old, expensive legacy platforms.
It is really the perfect alignment of internal operational efficiency feeding directly into external marketing power.
Think about your own habits the next time you plan a trip. Are you really going to sit at a laptop, opening 20 different tabs, hunting through submenus just to find out if a hotel allows your dog, or if the kids' club is open on Tuesdays?
Probably not.
Or are you going to give a highly specific prompt to your AI and let it do the heavy lifting? And on the flip side, if you are a business owner listening to this, are you ready to pitch that AI when it comes knocking?
Which brings up one final lingering question to consider.
Oh, what's that?
Well, as AI agents rapidly become the primary gatekeepers for how we discover the physical world, what happens to those incredible, unique mom-and-pop properties?
Oh, man.
You know, the ones they offer a soulful, absolutely perfect real-world experience, but they completely lack digital fluency.
Right.
If they don't know how to structure their data, will they just disappear from our maps? Will our physical reality soon be dictated entirely by who has the best machine-readable syntax?
Wow. It is a jarring thought. The next time you find yourself standing in that giant, beautiful, entirely disorganized library of the internet, remember, you don't have to wander the shelves anymore. You just need to make sure you know how to talk to the librarian. Thanks for taking this deep dive with us.